Hi guys, it's Marieta. Hope you're doing great. In today's video, I want to talk about E-2 extensions and renewals. And so this is a video for people who already are on E-2 visa, or you are thinking about E-2 visa and you want to learn upfront how this is gonna work for you. So let's do this. First of all, E-2 visa, as you already know, is a perfect visa type for people who are starting businesses in the US and they are able to invest between 50 minimum, 100,000 and up. So anywhere from 50 to, let's say, 200, 250, but there is no limit. You can invest even more, right? So number two requirement is you got to be from a treaty country, and you already know this because you otherwise wouldn't be watching this video. So the question is how you can extend this visa and what are your options. First of all, the visa itself is issued only to people who are from a treaty country. And also it depends where you're from. So what is your treaty country? Because each country is different, meaning there is a different bilateral treaty between your country and United States. And that is actually going to determine the amount, the time that you actually will receive your visa, E-2 visa for, okay? Now, it can be 2 years, some countries have 4 years, other countries have 5 years. Let me give you an example. Czech Republic has 5 years, Australia has 4 years, Canada 5 years, Slovakia 2 years. But then there might be countries like Jordan, for example, that actually give you the visa stamp only for 3 months. So that means that when you go for your interview and you receive your visa and you just have a 3-month period, you have to enter the country, United States, within these 3 months while your visa is valid. If you enter after, obviously you can enter because your visa is not valid and is already expired. However, regardless of where you are coming from, whether it's from Australia or Canada, Mexico, Jordan, Slovakia, Czech Republic, Germany, France, whatever, it doesn't matter where you're coming from, the stay in the United States is going to be 2 years for everyone, okay? So it doesn't matter if your stamp in your passport is 5 years, or it doesn't matter if it's 3 years, whatever that is, the maximum length of stay, which is the legal status in the US, is going to be 2 years. And that means that before your I-940, before your I-94 card, sorry, I-94 card expires, and this is electronically, you can electronically check when is it expiring. It's not like it used to be back in old days when you will receive this white card when you're entering the US. Now you can electronically check what is your I-94 card saying, when is the expiration date. So based on that, you have to make a decision whether you're going to extend the visa in the United States. And what I mean by that is whether you're going to extend the status, right, the E-2 visa status that is always 2 years, or you're going to leave the country and apply for the visa at the US Embassy again in those countries. For example, like Jordan, obviously, if you leave the country after 2 years, your visa already expired, so you don't have a choice. You gotta go to the embassy and you have to apply. Now, there might be some limits again. There might be countries that actually have a limit and you can only apply for this visa twice or 3 times, no more. In general, you can keep applying for this visa. There is no limit, but again, you have to check the treaty. You have to understand where you're coming from, and depending on that, establish that. So, for example, if your visa stamp is expired and you leave the country, obviously, if you leave the country, you have to go and apply again, and you have to go to the US Embassy and apply again and go through the same process, okay? However, if you don't want to leave because you want to stay in the US and you want to operate, you want to manage the business, now you need to apply for extension, okay? You need to apply for extension of your status. And what you're going to do, you're going to actually file I-539 form, which is the typical extension or change of status form. And then you have to again file the I-129 form, right? Like you always do if you are actually changing or applying for E-2. In the past, if you change the status and you applied for E-2 within the United States. Or like I said, you're going to go outside of the US and you're going to go through the US Embassy. However, there might be countries like Australia or Canada or Czech Republic. They gave you this visa for 5 years. So meaning you have a stamp for 5 years. And so even if the 2-year status, the period expires that you can actually legally stay in the US, simply what you can do, you're just going to leave the country and re-enter. You don't have to worry about it because you have a valid stamp for 5 years. So obviously it's logical. Why would you apply for extension of stay if it's easier to just leave the country and re-enter back? But this can only happen if you are from the country that gave you the visa stamp for a longer period than 2 years. For example, Slovakia has exactly this visa issued for 2 years. And so make sure that you know that, because based on that you can plan your strategy, okay? And so when it comes to extension, when it comes to renewal of the visa, what documents do you need, what are you going to do, what's the best strategy, how you go about this, all of this I'm going to discuss in my upcoming webinar that I'm hosting this Friday. And you can sign up for the webinar below. There is going to be a link where you can sign up. And make sure to register today because the spots are limited to only 100 people this time. And so I'll discuss everything you need to know, how you're gonna extend it, how you're gonna renew, what is the best strategy, and so on. And also I'm gonna talk about what happens with your status if, let's say you come to the US and you start a business, but the business fails. Like what to do next, because that is very important to cover as well. So that's it, guys. I hope you like this video. Let me know what you think. Leave a comment below and make sure to subscribe to my weekly updates. So hit the button subscribe and I'll see you in my next video. Have a great day. Bye.